Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of Chechnya. We are back with the United States invading Iran to our south. Israel bombing the United States for some reason. We just took over. Don't bear with me on the name again. Kalmakia. And we're going for a war declaration on the Cossacks Don state, hoping to get access to the Black Sea. Um, I'm not gonna bank on that being successful right away, but it does look like we have potential here. Doesn't look like there's a lot of units. Actually, none. Like they're making artillery right now. They are working on getting equipment. I don't know how fast or how big they could actually get their army, and that's kind of a concern. Ooh, a lot of debt. You're taking on a lot of debt right now. 15 million in interest on from interest payments. That's not great. Parties are aligned how we want. I'm gonna go ahead and start bumping up our corporate tax rate pretty soon as well. I'm gonna have to do that. What are we at? What is our tax cost? 22%. If I get that up more towards 25, I'll feel comfortable for now with that. That should help our deficit problem quite a bit in the near future, especially as we start getting offices in our region. Political power is going to be a problem as well while we are suppressing these subjects. So that is something to note. Looks like we are not going to be able to use puppets like suppressing subjects to keep northern Cyprus down. We're actually going to have to build. So this is going to be, I want to say just off the top of my head, about 3 years to 4 years until we're actually kind of like stable to a point where I think we could expand into some real combat. Hmm. I don't really have a buffer zone to the south. With the global democracies down there and then us getting nuclear weapons, they're not going to be happy. A whole nother problem. Like political powers, a limiting factor. All right, I'm gonna take our air force, our paratroopers. We're gonna move our cargo planes. Paratroopers will now be stationed out of here. We have 50 political power, and I want to use that on Kalmykia. So, just gonna wait, let that accrue a little bit more. Hmm. Daily gain. Oh, it's because we're. I got it. I didn't see the commercial agriculture production. Are we looking on military equipment? Still one. Not great, but we can make it work. Um, Small arms. We'll go ahead and start upgrades there. Resource excavation. We'll keep boosting that. Gonna be huge. None of these are actually gonna bump up because of suppressed subjects. I'm not actually concerned with that. But that is a noteworthy warning. We're looking at December of this year, so a couple months. I will need. I think the first scientist is 25 political power, something like that. But I definitely need to get a jump on an Air Force. That's kind of a huge limiting factor for us. All right. Take the paratroopers, and we're going to do a cross border war right into their air facility. Go ahead and put the front line right in that territory. And we're just going to head to the coast as well. Sweden on Karelia. I don't know where that is. Not our business, but it. That oh, that's part of Russia or old Russia. That's a NATO member. Sweden is not a NATO member. Interesting. Central Siberia is under emerging. I guess this all works. Okay, what do we got? Okay, Kamakia. and how long. It was a 6 month. Now it is down to 3 months. So basically, when we get our air research facility in December, we'll have this war to take a coastal region. We have access to the global trade markets and we can move our troops. And realistically, it would actually be more beneficial for me to not um, annex it as a core region right away. Because no one can actually get to me. But I also can't really get to anyone else, so there's the double whammy there of me just taking on all our puppets' debt and giving them free money right now, which is absolutely crushing our economy. That is definitely not a good thing. So that is something to note. Um, After December 10th, I'm going to focus on getting Northern Cyprus. Actually, no, Northern Cyprus is going to be tied. I'm going to focus on getting Milikia or whatever this is. Kalmykia. There we go. Integrated. That had by far the most resources. I really can't take this. I have to have a political power. We're gonna allow the demonstration right now. Well, this isn't great. I also need political power to reduce the Democratic Party. It is 2018. Those are maximized. The 10th. So 2 months. Not really a lot that's going to go on. We can go check out some of these other global wars that Iran got puppeted, I bet. UN mission to Iran. So Iran got toppled by a UN faction. What was Iran doing? This is an interesting story development. Afghanistan is still under OEF control. Not Iraq. No faction, not in NATO. Iraq is free. I can actually declare war on Iraq. For very little political power, too. Oh, I can't build forts yet. Well, I'm thinking about it. And it kills. Well, maybe. Maybe I can in other territories, just not my own. Which would be ironic. Let me check on that. I'm kind of curious what would happen. Coastal land forts. Can I? Looks like I can, as long as they're not in my territory. No, I have a base level of 3, I guess. Yep. Well, oh, what I clicked. Yeah, I don't want to build those right now, so we're gonna go ahead and cancel. First thing I want, airbase. Already got network infrastructure. Radar is gonna be something definitely need. Build roads first and foremost. Fuel reserve. And we'll go from there. Drag some of these minor buildings down that we don't need right away. Yeah, and over time, we're going to get a lot more factories really quickly. Well, quickly relative to what happened the last decade. You knew we should put a modifier on that. That's the best we're going to be able to do. All right. While that's happening, we've got 1 month. And we actually get a research lab. That's probably the craziest thing to me right now. We can actually research soon. Like high-tech stuff. How is our GDP per capita? Productivity is over 5. Yeah, so we're up to 100 productivity growth over the average. Or baseline productivity, I guess. That's pretty good. Research is going to suffer because we don't really have satellites. That's kind of my next focal point. I'm going to work on getting access to the global trade markets by taking this territory. We'll be integrating Kalmakia, if that's how that's said, and putting another research facility here. And then the same thing with probably Northern Cyprus. We're just going to go one by one, integrate them into the nation. Got a fire control system. I'll go ahead and research artillery under that manufacturer, but we can provide buffs. That will lower our political power a little bit. It's not too bad. You're looking at. Looks like I don't really have to build here. Their economy isn't as good as Northern Cyprus. So anything I build there is just going to make it faster. That's actually really beneficial. That'll make the integration faster. That means I'm going to push Northern Cyprus to third for sure in my order. We're in December 2018. Basically a year away from COVID. Biological warfare. All right, we've got fuel, trade, Kazakhstan will work here. I'm going to take 2 factories. See how long it takes. Hopefully it's not too long. That's going to push the date a little bit. But not badly. Another extraction. Oh, we finished it. Let's go ahead and get a scientist. Oh, we got lucky. Space projects too. That's awesome. So we just need a breakthrough now. I think missile experimentation. Western Ally. Iraq. Civilian research. Would like maglevs. Ooh, maglevs would be huge. I do need a civilian like facility pretty quick. Yeah, we want to strike very fast on the Cossacks Don state. Basically, a blitzkrieg style. Hit them before they build units. Take advantage of the time period. Nine days. We should be able to declare very soon here. Our justification. Yep, there it is. Go ahead and do it. Don't see anyone defending them, so we'll go ahead and declare right away. Let's get this invasion done over the air. And we're going into the fight. Okay. Auto division expansion. No. Shrink it. Alright, that's good there. I don't know what that is, but that's gone. Looks like that was auto-assigned from the air movements. Use them to expand. Alright. I don't believe I'm going to need to supply this. That's perfectly fine with me. Got modern deep learning. That's actually huge. Hmm. Power consumption requirements. Would rather get a head start on 5G. Not really gonna have that big of a early research deduction or penalty. Definitely want to take out some of these other cities because that'll be factory regions. Alright, go ahead and move this. Have him walk along this and take out this whole back section. Yeah, and then we can travel through our allies' territory too. Losing $1 billion a day while we're at war, so the faster this happens, the better. Alright, what does it look like? Our army's actually expanding north right now. Not worried about that too much. Walk it to the coast. Look at that, again, Chechnya on the map here. If I remember right, they do have a fair number of resources. Oh yeah, we're gonna get tons of light metal, some rubber, good amount of steel, and definitely enough oil to make things happen. Go ahead and keep increasing our hole that we have fallen into for debt. We're gonna be losing too much manpower. Ooh. Yeah, this is about the extent we can expand at war right now until we get some of this integrated. Probably too much, honestly. It's just I want to take it fast. So we're just gonna deal with what we got. Okay. They've we are expanding outwards, shrinking the line. You have enough units. I think we'll be able to wrap around here and get all the we've split this territory, that's good. The Rostov-na-Donu. All right. This is about as far as I want to expand. So it's probably a good place to end the episode on. Next episode will be kind of integrating more of this, or working on getting our integrations done. Yeah, we've got some facilities invested. Not too bad. So, well, let's see if this will get them to capitulate. I do want to see that first. Let it run. Ooh, there's a civilian research center in this place. Right there. I have to take this. That's absolutely incredibly huge. Really don't see... Oh, it's gotta end here, right? Hit the autosave. There we go. That's a good place to end. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and puppet it. The whole region. Submit our demand. Confirm it. We have puppeted the Republic of Don. We have access to the Black Sea. And we now will have to deal with a Kuban Republic. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next episode.